Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Dale Belford. How you going?
I'm good, mate. I'm really good.
Is it good to be back?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, look, it's somewhere where I've enjoyed previously. I know a lot of people here. I feel really comfortable here. I feel really privileged that I've got the opportunity to come back.
Yep.
That said, I had a really good and enjoyable time at Stafford Rangers. Fantastic people. And hopefully, I can come here and add something to what's already been like a successful season.
Absolutely. I mean, you were here in COVID times with Paul previously, top of the league, and then the season gets wiped, and then and then those things, and then you've been on your travels since and all that. I mean, you was assistant quite a while at Stafford Rangers, and then took over the job this season as well. Yeah. But let's take it back to beginning, shall we?
Yeah.
Aston Villa starting off, goalkeeper.
Yeah, but absolute brilliant start for me, really, in the era that it was sort of there, and I was really privileged to be involved in, a period of time when Aston Villa were really successful, and sort of give me a base really for, sort of in terms of like the types of players and that type of thing around it. It was absolutely fantastic for me as a learning curve, and really good start for me.
Absolutely, and then. There's one recurring thing coming on with your playing career, and that's Tamworth. Yeah. Obviously, your dad was there is your dad still there?
He's only just recently retired after, I think it's something like 350 years, I think. But no, he's recently retired, and, it's a big part of our family, it was at the time. So, I was originally born in Tamworth, so to represent your hometown club, if you like, over the period that I did was, something that I treasure.
I mean, you've got some fantastic records. I mean, you've won the FA Vals there as well with Tamworth, and then the season before, you've hit their most clean sheets, 712 minutes. Is it something like that? Almost 8 games without letting a goal in.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of previous, just after the Vars. I think around about the Vars era. I think Jazz has just sort of beaten the record, which, fair play to him, fantastic achievement from him. It was something that I was really proud of. But, if anybody was going to beat it, credit to Jazz, and, fantastic achievement. And I think at the moment the club's going in the right direction. Great game to look forward to for Tottenham as well.
Absolutely.
I had a great time at Tamworth. I think it was... the record that I'm most proud of really is playing in 4 different decades.
Yeah.
That's some achievement for one football club.
Absolutely, 80s, 90s, noughties and 10s.
Yeah.
You played in goal for Tamworth. I mean, obviously the 10s one. I think I think your goalie got sent off in the game before, so you had to put yourself on the bench. Yeah. And then your goalie, did he get injured or sent off?
Yeah, he got injured, and I wasn't expecting. Trust me, I wasn't expecting at 44 to come on away at Wrexham on a bank holiday Monday, but. I'd actually forgot to bring my gloves out for the second half, so I actually ended up playing the last little bit of the game with no gloves on. So I think I reverted back to, being at Aston Villa in the 80s. So it was nice to sort of finish on that, which enabled me then to have the 4th different decade. So
and that was you as a caretaker manager then, and you actually managed to keep them up in was it the conference equivalent, wasn't it then?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 fantastic last day escapes. I think the first one was more dramatic in terms of the Forest Green, where it was the last kick of the last game, and I think, God bless him, Jake Sheridan scores the winner to 2-1, and we stay up against all the odds. And then again, similarly, I think it was the following season, we stayed up last game of the season against Woking. And I've had some fantastic times there, so,
Absolutely. I mean, and then you've been manager at Hinckley, Rugby, and Nuneaton as well.
Yeah, I've had great privilege of managing those clubs, fantastic clubs as well, and a lot of fantastic people at those clubs. But I'm really, really pleased and glad to be back here, at Stratford, and looking forward to getting going.
Absolutely. You and Dave obviously work well together, Russ. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have touched this job with a barge pole. But you obviously work together. Tell us about how you play off each other and what sort of you both bring to the role.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, we're good friends. I really like Paul. We've got a good relationship. When I first came to the club, obviously Jed had sort of instigated me coming in to help Paul. Previously it was like sort of as you said, pre-COVID really. I think the relationship is that I bring a little bit more sort of experience to the table. That said, now Paul's a lot more experienced. He's gone away. He's managed to gain. He's been in the National League. I've gone away in a very tough environment, so I think as it stands at the moment, I think we're both in the best position possible where we are from a footballing perspective to potentially and hopefully, take things forward from where they are at the moment in the position that they're in of strength anyway. And if I can do anything possible to help that and to strengthen that, then fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. First training session today. And then a game on Tuesday, hopefully, with St Ives. It looks like the weather's going to change a little bit, so that one should be on, I think, on Tuesday night. So that must be something to look forward to and get the 3 points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to today, to meeting everybody and getting a training session under the belt. And then obviously, every game now becomes an important game. I think there's something like 18, is it 19 games, something like that left. If you look at the top of the league, it's very condensed, it's very competitive, it's a very good league. I've been in this league before with Nuneaton, and I know a lot of the teams, a lot of the players, a lot of the managers, and it's going to be very, very tough, but I think we're in a good position. And as I say, if I can bring anything to the table and help in any way possible, that's what I'll be doing.
We sort of like clicked outside there, didn't it? When we've got a common occurrence here, really, because we were at the same game quite a few years back for sure. My roles at Swindon and stuff, and both your lads, Terrell and Cameron, both played for Swindon Town, and we remember Cameron coming on and saving a penalty and his only game for Swindon Town as right, well. Yeah. And and you were at the game as well.
Yeah, that's really the first connection with Jed. Ty was at Liverpool at the time, and he sort of went to Swindon, and then Jed was chairman there. So that's my first ever connection and sort of meeting it with Jed, and we struck it off straight away. That game really was a roller coaster of emotion, really. I was sitting in the stand with my dad, and Ty's playing the game. They're playing Leyton Orient at home, and it was a real tense game because I think if Swindon would have beat Leyton Orient, they'd have gone down. And Ty starts the game and starts really well, makes a couple of real good saves early doors, and I'm thinking, great, we're watching it, and privileged to see Cameron on the bench as well. And then sort of next minute, Ty sent off, and it's like despair, really. But then you realise sort of Cameron's on the bench and he's going to come on, and it's a penalty. So we go from despair to euphoria because Cameron comes on and with his first touch he saves the penalty. But then Ty sort of comes up and sits in the stand, and I'm sitting next to my dad, and Cameron's having a good game and making saves, and my dad's sort of getting a little bit carried away, cheering and things like that, and I'm nudging him, going, just be careful here because Ty's just been sent off. And it a roller coaster of emotions, but what a fantastic football club, and it's played a big part in both my sons' lives as well. And obviously with meeting Jed there, the connection to Stratford, was made, if you like. And again, Jed's one of the main reasons I've come back as well. I get on really well with him. We've had a few conversations, as we always do, about football. And he is a chairman who knows the game inside out, and he's got an opinion. And hopefully, myself and Paul can deliver what Jed wants.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, and very, very best of luck. And let's see where we can take Stratford Town.
Thank you, Stu.